and it really hurts me. Say he was, I don't know what's the details of negotiations. No,
it was not public.
Who was at fault and who wasn't willing to at least.
But is it not too obvious that almost certain checky parties are?
What's the idea catch out based on, you see, Nana, if I start off this submission by telling you, say, since Partey Europe, there hasn't been a single season that one matches in last season. From Atletico B to Atletico Madrid to Arsenal, there's not been a single season or both games since last season. He did everything sure, and I right saying, he would end up playing more matches for Arsenal. What you said the whole of last season, players two played the ball matches in. Trossard was one, and their goalkeeper was the other player. He played more matches than Saliba. He played more matches than Odegaard, who got injured. He played more matches than Saka. It's the whole of 2024-2025 season. Nana, whatever Partey had to do to stay fit for Arsenal Football Club, he did it. He was loyal to Arsenal. But you see, sometimes when it comes to business and money, Nana had no loyalty. Because I believe that the club are also looking at what they could get from Thomas Partey. And it was so clear. Say. Now you see, when you are playing with the total football star, if you are an advocate of the Pep football, now Pep football last year, now even you are a student of Pep Guardiola, now you will come to realize there are certain positions these coaches do not compromise. And one is the position that they believe that the game is what being read through. Omujidi says game no beko year. Nana, it all stems from one position. You strike at the film, you go keep at the film, who can play from the back. There's this, they understand that the system is built on what? A solid midfielder or defensive midfielder. It is Debi Amidi, Rodri, Ayan Fatou. Or even use Busquets during his days at Barcelona under Pep. Or even after Pep. These were players that you know said they understood the game. Say you as a coach, you wouldn't compromise as far as their positions are concerned.
Yeah.
So whatever Partey tried to do last season, Nana, to aid in the negotiations with Arsenal, for them to even try to accept on any conditions, no, Nana, and Fasa. Last season he played 52 times. Do you know the number of games Arsenal played the whole of last season?
No.
Nana, they played 58 in all competitions.
Yeah.
Arsenal bought 58 matches. Partey bought 52. Trossard ne bought the most, or no bought 56. And a chunk of those games he came from the bench. But he can't play or ball games the power. An outfield player, it was Thomas Partey. You see, but when the reports about player was Zubimendi started say about, you know, when the season ended now he can say Arsenal reached an agreement with Zubimendi. There you come to believe, say Nana, I'm sure that there was trouble. Because Zubimendi, one, is a Spaniard.
Ateta is Spaniard.
Ateta is Spaniard. Baby, I crow Ateta fee so no.
I want no free.
I had no free. Baby, Ateta fee pay you know. I want no boy is free. And age-wise, this boy is about 4 years younger than Thomas Partey. And Ufi Real Sociedad, Nana Oba Arsenal. Ufi Real Sociedad, Nana na Oba Arsenal. Definitely, it's going to be a pay rise for you. Whatever he was taking, I'm not sure that would be made the 100,000 Sociedad. Zubimendi 100 Sociedad they 100,000 man Zubimendi. So from Arsenal's perspective, Nana, they were trying to cut costs as well as bring in quality. Someone they believe say with all the Thomas Partey see other Nisiwa. The difference is no Nana ain't said that you be brisa. Because Zubimendi as a player has his qualities. But we know say at a 32 he has nothing on Thomas Partey. As far as position of Mobon is concerned, no, there is nothing he can do better than Partey. But then coaching the up here. It's your projections are see remember Partey 3-year deal. Why don't we bring in another defender who is younger? Now Partey, the wage is not also no. We don't split we split it between two players. One player at the backup. So from an Arsenal perspective, Nana, they've done good business. They've been strategic. Because somebody says sooner or later they would have to replace Thomas Partey. Sure. So you bring in a player who is younger than him. Then the backup is also 31. Also younger than Thomas Partey. And America's also teams of Mufi Bana. Then Arsenal were always, you see, that's one thing about the clubs. Especially when a player is on high wages. Very few players don't meet me a bargaining and they end up getting what they want. And a typical example was Mohamed Salah, who is over 30, but he was able to bargain because Mohamed Salah is one of the faces of the Premier League. And Liverpool wouldn't want to let go of such an asset. In the side, it's more Salah who keeps on calling the shot. But you see, one of the things that Bijidi said, I'm Thomas Partey, Nana was the fact, say, now, we were not hearing, say, teams were chasing for this guy. We didn't hear, said, the team said, Dinechi. Because with Salah, we were always hearing, say, Nana, Saudi Pro League, no, were willing to give him a bumper offer. That means the Callum Hudson no do as him. Manga doesn't how it smokes me. Because they want you to believe that the player is also what being sought after. His services is in high demand at other teams in Yanomope. But unfortunately for Thomas Partey, it looks like all him. I believe that as a no such shares now for him. It's a wicked deal now because you see, if Thomas Partey was so important to us now, then by January something would have been done. When Trent knew he wouldn't want to renew his contract with Liverpool, by January he knew he was going to what? Real Madrid.
Sure.
When Mbappe knew he wasn't going to renew with Paris Saint-Germain, by January he knew he was going to Real Madrid. And as we speak, that's not the case for Thomas Partey. For me, I just believe say Arsenal maybe didn't play fair with him. Because like I was saying, go through Thomas Partey's records. Now, say, throughout the professional career with you, has there been a season of more games last season? Last season now. He played 52 times in all competitions for us now, in 58 games. He scored 4 times in the Premier League. One of their best players in of the season. But I believe say Arteta has got other plans as well. The team has got other plans, and it's just sad say he has to leave. Now Thomas Partey is still a quality player at age 32. And I hope say he will definitely move to another top club in Europe.
Have you heard the Barcelona stories?
Now, you see, Barcelona at the end, it doesn't sound realistic. Why? Because now Barcelona now find themselves in financial crisis. And one of the things that
he'll go as a free agent.
They do.
And can agree to lower his wages.
Nana, but then there are still kids you need to play against. You have to fight with kids who are more energetic than you. Now you Dijon with you and then 24 men and about Barca midfielder.
And Krankwa.
They need people who can work. They need boys who make me a press hiding and working hard. So when they say of Dijon, you have the likes of small boys who are mobile. Pedri, Mone, Gavi, Mone, other young boys are mobile. That's why I feel say I'm not saying that he can't make it to Barcelona. He can. But won't that system be too rigorous for him? High intensity football we are mobile without the ball more pressing. You think Thomas Partey can give them that? That's the only problem I have. But even if Thomas Partey should lower his wages, Nana, by how much? Assuming he's even on 280,000 at us now. What lower are he? And now Barcelona are also trying all they can to cut costs. So unless maybe Thomas Partey says he will call Barcelona according to 150,000 and now 120,000. Which per on standards no? I doubt say even when Arsenal told him to lower his wages, he would have lowered it even below 200,000 pounds threshold. I doubt. It's Barcelona story in the person GAD until someone who says something concrete is happening. But he still has it in him. He's a quality player.